Tell me, do you know how to give bad news in English? Let's be honest, nobody likes giving bad news. But here's a good thing. If you know the right phrases, you can make it sound much softer and more polite and even a little kinder. So you should not be afraid of giving bad news in English if you know these phrases. So let's go through 7 phrases that will help you give bad news. But before we get down to it, it's me, Anna Gandrabura, your English and effective communication coach from English for Tech Professionals, the channel where we help you speak English with confidence at work and beyond. Are you subscribed to our channel yet? If not, do it right now. And you will never miss your free English lesson, which comes out every Friday. Now back to 7 phrases when giving bad news. The key thing here is that you want to soften everything. You don't want to come across rude or too direct. So let me show you what I mean here. And phrase number 1 that you can use when giving bad news is I'm afraid. I'm afraid is probably the most common softener. You are not really afraid when you say that. It's just a polite way to prepare the listener for something that they might not want to hear, they might not like, or something that is bad. For example, I'm afraid we won't be able to deliver the project by Friday. I'm afraid doesn't mean you are scared. I'm afraid is like saying, I'm sorry, but here comes the bad news. We say, I'm afraid, and then we deliver this bad news. Phrase number 2, unfortunately. Now, this is another classic, right? It works in both conversations and emails. Unfortunately, the meeting has been postponed. The word unfortunately immediately signals that something negative is coming, but in a very polite way. It's like a standard way to deliver bad news. Phrase number 3 is there seems to be a problem. There seems to be a problem, or there seems to be an issue. This one is really useful because it doesn't sound too direct. Instead of saying there is a problem, which feels a little bit heavy, there is a problem, you soften it with the word seems. There seems to be a problem with your payment method. You see how it works now? It sounds calmer, it sounds less dramatic, so it sounds more polite and softer, right? There seems to be a problem instead of there is a problem, or there seems to be an issue instead of there is an issue, right? Also, like the same thing, you can say there seems to be an issue with your payment method, for example, or there seems to be an issue with your sound or presentation or something else. I'm not sure we can is another, but a more polite way of saying we can't do something. It doesn't close the door completely because you say, I'm not sure, instead of we can't. For example, I'm not sure we can approve this request right now. It leaves some space for discussion, which is nice if you don't want to sound too final. So start with, I'm not sure. But when you start with, I'm not sure, people understand that it is a no. And also when you hear people say, I'm not sure we can do something, it also means a no. Because oftentimes, if you are a non-native English speaker and you hear the phrase, I am not sure, you think that it's a maybe. It's not a maybe, it's a no, but it's a polite no. So for example, if you ask someone to do something for you and they say, I'm not sure we can do it, it's not maybe we can do it. It's we can't do it in a polite way. Another phrase is it might be too difficult to do something. Here, instead of saying no, it's impossible, you're just saying it could be tricky, difficult. For example, it might be difficult to arrange a replacement at such short notice. Now, this phrase prepares the other person for a no. It gently prepares the other person for a no. So it might be tricky, it might be difficult. Another phrase is we may have to do something. Now, this sounds less harsh, then we will do something. Again, when talking about something negative, for example, we may have to cancel the event if the weather doesn't improve, instead of we will cancel the event if the weather doesn't improve. This makes it sound like a possibility, not a hard decision. And last but not least, phrase number 7 is what we can do is, and this is one of my favorite phrases, because after giving the bad news, you can immediately offer something positive. And this is when you use this phrase. For example, we can't refund you in cash, but what we can do is offer some credit. Now, it changes the focus from the problem to the solution, right? So we cannot refund you in cash, not give you the money back, but what we can do is offer you some store credit. I feel that you're now all equipped to give bad news in English. Now, when talking about something negative, giving bad news, use the phrases that I've shared in this video and you'll be just fine. But also remember that it goes both ways. Listen to people carefully. If they use one of the phrases that you have learned or you have heard in this video, you now know what they mean. They are also delivering something negative, bad news, or they are simply saying no in a polite way. And of course, if you want to learn more phrases like this, I'm inviting you to join our English for Tech course, which we have just updated with new information, brand new topics. We have a special offer now to join. You can find information in the description below. And if you have any questions, reach out to me or to the team. And of course, if you like this video, if you like this information, give my video a like, share it with a friend. The new video comes out every Friday, so I will see you soon. Till the next time.